Right now, your business isn't leaking profit, it's leaking cash. And profit without cash means nothing. Profit is like having a six-pack. It looks great on paper, but cash is like the blood in your body. No blood and you're dead. In the next few minutes, I'll show you a framework that exposes where cash and profit first bleed out, then shows you how it kills the business. This is Real-World MBA. Here we show real frameworks applied to real businesses. Today's framework is Porter's value chain. If you want to see how textbook models work and are applied in real businesses, you're in the right place. Porter's value chain breaks your business into clear activities. It shows you where value is created and where profit shows up, and more importantly, it shows you where cash is generated, or indeed where cash quietly disappears. The truth is, most businesses don't fail loudly, they bleed quietly. Week after week, payment cycle after payment cycle. Trust me, I know the feeling. Porter splits the businesses in a couple of layers. He calls them primary activities and supporting activities. Now, let's start with the primary activities. Inbound logistics, operations, outbound logistics, marketing and sales, and service. I bet you're thinking, hang on a minute, I own a service business. What has this got to do with me? And yes, even though the model was built in the 80s for manufacturing businesses, it still has a lot of relevance across all sectors. Now, let's get into the primary activities. Inbound logistics is how stock or inputs arrive. This is often where cash gets locked up. Operations is how you turn inputs into output, and this is where inefficiency can burn cash. Outbound logistics is how the product reaches the customer, and this is where refunds and reships start to bleed cash. Marketing and sales is where cash goes out before profit even comes back. Service is what decides whether or not a customer stays with you or walks straight back out the door. Now, the supporting activities. These don't actually touch the customer, but they decide how fast you bleed. Often in owner-managed businesses, this is where the owner or managing director has the most authority and say. This is parts of the business like firm infrastructure, HR, finance, planning, leadership, technology. Human resources is hiring talent, training, performance management. Technology development can be systems, automations, and data. Procurement is how and when you buy everything. If you have weak infrastructure, you'll grow, but you might not be able to pay the wages. Poor HR, mistakes rise, refunds rise, and cash leaves. Bad tech, it might lead you to reordering too early. Cash can get trapped in places. Lazy procurement, ordering something just because it makes your life easier, that's where cash disappears. Now, let's apply this to a few different types of businesses. Suppose you're a premium skincare brand. Inbound logistics for you, that might be ingredients, packaging, all of that sort of thing. This is cash leaving your bank account long before any sale happens. Operations, that can include mixing, filling, labeling. Any inefficiency here can burn cash every single day. Outbound logistics, that's things like shipping to stores and customers. Your product might be sat on a customer shelf, but you won't have been paid for it yet. Marketing and sales, that can include influencers, ads, brand spend. That's cash out now, profit later, maybe, if you're lucky. Service includes things like consultations, returns, loyalty. Good service keeps cash in because it keeps customers coming back. Bad service hemorrhages cash. Now the support layer. Are procurement choosing your suppliers appropriately? Have they got the best terms? If they have, that means there's going to be more cash in your business. Is the technology team tracking the stock accurately through the systems? Because bad data can mean cash locked on the shelves. If HR aren't providing adequate training, this will lead to mistakes, which will lead to lots of returns. Is the infrastructure managing margin and working capital correctly? Or are they ignoring it? If so, you're going to have a cash problem. A consumer brand doesn't die because people hate the product. It dies because it runs out of cash before the brand starts to win. Now for e-commerce. I've got a few war stories to share. This is where cash problems hide in plain sight. Whether it's inbound logistics, so that's containers, supplier terms, goods in process, all of this is money stuck in stock. Operations is your warehouse, picking and packing, where every mispick is a small cut. Have you ever heard of the phrase, death by 1,000 cuts? I have. I felt it. Outbound logistics are things like carriers, delays, reships. All of this causes refunds and delayed payment. SEO, ads, listing, that's where cash leaves today, and the sale comes much after that. Service is looking after your returns, your refunds, and your bad reviews. All of this is cash moving out the door. Now for the support layer, if procurement is negotiating prices in MOQs, if you overbuy once, the cash is stuck for months. If technology is forecasting demand, a bad system can order stock too early. If HR is training the warehouse staff inappropriately, mistakes mean refunds, which means a bad customer service. Bad infrastructure can basically mean growth, which is profit on paper, but no cash in the bank account. Most e-commerce brands don't die because they spend too much on ads. It's mainly because they have way too much cash stuck in stock. Now, I'm sure you've all heard of the saying, revenue is vanity, profit insanity, but cash really is king. Now, say you're in a service business like a digital marketing agency or an accounting firm. Inbound logistics for you are things like client inquiries, briefs, that sort of thing. That's cash delayed until work starts. Operations includes executing client strategies. Over-servicing for your client at this point is you trading your time with no extra revenue coming in. That's not good for cash. Outbound logistics are things like reports, dashboards, review calls. Your time here translates into opportunity cost. Marketing and sales, so that's content, pitching, anything that increases your reputation, require time and effort, but none of it brings in cash straight away. Service are things like communication, retention, and anything along those lines. Retention is awesome because it protects cash. Churn absolutely drains it. Support layers have a much more drastic impact on service businesses. This is mainly due to the fact that it requires knowledge work. For example, are HR hiring capable people? Because if they're not, bad hires turn into burning cash very quickly. Are technology choosing the right tools? Is there too many tools? That leads to cash drip. Do procurement manage your licenses effectively? Are they checking to see if your software is actually being used? How often do they cancel them? Bad pricing leads to cash flow issues, even with good margin. Service businesses don't collapse because of bad ideas. They collapse because cash timing just doesn't work. The opportunity cost of time is so much more relevant in these types of businesses than in merchandising businesses. Merchandising businesses tend to have a lot more to do with the allocation of capital than the allocation of time of an individual. Now, the honest part, this model isn't perfect. It was built in the 80s and it was built for manufacturing businesses. Modern businesses just aren't linear. Reviews affect marketing, returns affect procurement, and service data affects the product. It struggles to take into account companies that are SaaS-based or platforms or even to do with AI. But it's a brutally effective lens. Not a rule book, a lens. I don't use this like a theory. I use it like a cash diagnostic tool. When stress rises and profit looks fine, but cash doesn't feel right, I ask, where's the cash trapped? Where is it leaking? And which decisions caused it? Here's an assignment for you. Take a screenshot of the porter's value chain. Take a look at every primary and secondary activity. Ask yourself, where is cash flowing? Where is it bleeding? What hurts you the most? Fix that, and the profit you report in your end-of-year accounts might actually get a chance to matter. This is Real-World MBA. If this helped you, subscribe to my channel, like the video. Comment cash down below, and let me know if there's anything else that you'd want to see. Remember this, profit tells you how good you look, but cash will tell you how long you're going to live for. I'll see you in the next one.